welcome to another episode of The Gist on Info Nollywood. Right now, before we even get started, I want to say if there are any kids in the room, this is the time to make sure that they leave. This subject is a little juicy. So we today will be talking about, well, I'm just going to ask the question, does size matter?
Size of what? A spoon?
Okay, so I just want to make sure the kids are out of the room.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
All right, so we want to talk about the size of a man's manhood. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to use that word.
Nadi Bele or no? It's
No, his manhood,
okay.
not his belly.
Okay, just
you know what I'm talking about.
Fine.
Women, okay? Does size matter? And for our gentleman here, he's going to give us his input from what he thinks he knows as far as that subject. So I'm going to start right here to my right. And go ahead and say, tell us, what do you think?
It's like fried rice. It's a combination.
It's a combination. That's a good analogy.
It's a combination because I think width, size matters. You don't necessarily have to be like, you know, like baseball bat. But you have to... Sorry.
Where's it going?
You have to have some kind of presence. And then presence is important, but then you also have to know how to move.
In other words, when you walk in the room, it's got to be able to raise eyebrows like,
No, when it reaches where it needs to reach, it has to announce that I'm here. It needs to be able to announce that I'm here.
No problem.
So, once it has arrived, it now needs to know how to maneuver.
Right.
Because you could have arrived and not know how to maneuver.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I think it's a combination.
Okay, I have to agree with that. I do have to agree with that. But I think a lot of times people think it's all about the size, and it is so not, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's like that baseball bat. If you can't connect with the ball, what difference does it make?
Maneuver.
What size?
So, but does the size have to be everything? Can it be other things? Can it be the tone, his swag, his voice?
That's not anything in the bedroom.
What's he going to do with the tone?
Does it anything got to do with it? If I'm talking to you, giving you certain things that have anything to do with it?
If it's going to end up in the bedroom... But then we get to that point, and you can't deliver. There's no package. We're still looking for it. All that stuff goes right out the door.
Out the door. Or stays
it's
on the
almost
other
like
side of the door.
They're there. That's what that becomes.
And I'm going to just keep straightforward. When I was doing my thing, I was with a young man. We were dating. And it was time for us to get down and, have sex.
Oh, Lord, guys.
Here we go. We're just keeping it real, this woman's we're gisting right now. And I'm sorry, my friend, even though he had some magnums on the table, it wasn't a magnum kind of party. He was small.
It wasn't a magnum
kind of party. And you know what? There was a connection. Like, I liked him. So, we slept together the first time. He had a lot of energy, a lot of gusto.
Yeah, you're about man. You should have that.
But,
no problem.
So with the gusto and the dynamite and the bam, the first time, but then the second time around, maybe I'm not necessarily in the mood for dynamite gusto. Maybe I just want to cruise. And unfortunately, again, you don't have the presence. You can't even reach he couldn't reach the cruising areas, and so at that time I was like, you know what, my stomach hurt.
Like, I think there's a combination. I was joking earlier, but when you talk about swag and things like that, there's two different ways to talk about swag. There's swag when you're walking down the street. There's a different type of swag that's needed in the bedroom. And the swag in the bedroom has to come with a combination of, I don't know, everybody's different, right? There's that whole, okay, I got the size, I'm confident and all that people come into. But if you can't really bring that combination of, like for me, romance along with, the excitement, and then, like, it's got to be a combination of different things, but there has to, how can I say it?
But size does matter.
Has there ever been a time that you have not had the size and you stayed with this guy? Has there ever been a time?
Now what?
You haven't had the size. You haven't had what you were looking for, but you stayed with this guy.
You know what? Yes, because we weren't sexually active.
See, there's something I would say that, number one, there has to be connection.
Okay.
I just feel like if I don't have a connection with my partner, whoever I'm with, it doesn't matter if the size is, large or the size is small. There's just going to be no connection. I can't.
No. Okay. She's like, what you talking about?
Okay, I'm listening. I'm sorry. I was okay.
No. But listen, when you say size, if size matters, I think size does matter because, I don't care how many Can I go graphic?
You can't
Because-
be too small. I'm sorry, you cannot be too
But is there something?
small.
Is there such a thing as too much size?
Exactly. Oh,
Yes.
there is. That's
There
I was
is.
just gonna say
So
it doesn't
people
matter.
walk around thinking that next
Let
thing
me
you know, all
finish.
these men will start going around and trying to get size. It's not all
Exactly,
about.
that's what I was saying. You know, when you say size matters, it's not about like how long it is or whatever. It has to. I mean, average is good. If it's too small,
Yeah, average is
I just
good.
feel like if it's too small, and then I mean, whatever other things that you try to do, bring the rain down or whatever, it's just not gonna work. Because then you're not just gonna hit the right bang. I mean, the home run. Right.
And it can't be too, and you're right, it cannot be too big.
And it cannot be too big, because I mean, I don't want to like go to hospital after we get
Right,
very
you know?
intimate, It just has to be the right size. And that's when we say size
Yeah.
matters. We're not saying like it has to be like 55 inches
Jumbo
long.
tron.
You know,
No,
but
I'm not gonna lie. I have run from size. What is that?
That's a nut job. That's what that is.
I
No,
won't lie.
sorry.
I did it. I
Sorry.
said, "Whoa, this is interesting."
No. There is such a thing. You would run.
Oh no, no. You know what? I'm sharing. Honestly,
Okay.
there was one. You know,
I
I'm
actually
adventurous.
felt for the brother. You know.
You know what? This brother
like,
could wear
whoa,
underwear.
how can you carry this
Yeah,
around?
but wait, he was so big
No
he
wonder
couldn't
you're
wear
still single.
underwear.
It's not even your fault.
And I, I decided to try, and it was good for a moment, but after a while for me, and it goes back to that too big. I was
Right.
like, yo, like
Felt like you're being pounded on.
No, it didn't feel like I was being pounded on, but I honestly was worried about my cervix and stuff being stretched out and
Right.
worn out. So I was canceled
because of size.
I mean, it comes wear and tear with that. You have to have insurance.
Yes,
you have to have
wear-
insurance.
when
So
you're-
that's
yes,
what
some
it
people
is.
should be
Wear and
careful.
tear.
Yes.
I mean, it's an asset. You know what I mean? You can't just like take it on a drive and
And just to go a little further, this same person told me that was a reason why some relationships didn't work for him, and I was
Okay.
just like, poor thing. Like,
What was
yeah.
the reason? What was the reason?
Because it was
This,
too large.
yeah, like
Oh, that
you
was
know,
too-
like
too much for- okay.
What are you doing? Why?
So can I ask you a question?
Sure.
When you're with the fellas, with the fellas and stuff, talking with the fellas,
Right.
do you guys? I don't really know what guys talk about. Do you guys? Is that something you guys ever talk about? Like, yo, I was with this girl, everything was smooth, and then I pulled him out, and she was looking like,
Right.
like
Yeah.
Is that conversation? I would
That
like to know.
conversation comes up. That's when you're going into memories and you're going into what happened that time. Faces a lot for guys. The face that a woman makes. I mean, for certain guys, there's certain things.
You don't have time we
sounds,
thinking, right?
Huh? No, but seriously, the face that a woman gives you when you're.
So it's not
having
about
sex-
your size; it's about the delivery.
Right, and if we're actually doing
So
it,
the
and
face
she's
seems
coming
like
back
it's-
like we're dancing. She's giving us some
Okay.
some bounce back.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, yeah.
And that's what
Let's
it's
keep
about.
going.
Even as a woman, be able to give some, as long as you can give some bounce
But-
back, then that's what it's all
But
about.
listen, the woman might give you some bounce back, fake it, and it's like if it's too small, it's too small.
Well, then
just
why
like,
you
oh,
fake it
yeah.
if it's too
And then-
small, ladies? If it's too small, why you even fake it?
But you know what?
Wait, are you just gonna
don't
sit there and be
lie.
like, yeah, I'm
No,
done.
Don't
I'm
lie.
gonna say
You
get
guys,
up,
you guys
get
are telling me that
something.
you've never faked it. Keep it real.
No.
You've never faked. You've never been like, what is this? I could have had a V8.
No, that's usually when my stomach hurts.
Are you
My
like-
stomach hurts, and then it ends.
Yeah, but you just faked it.
No, I
don't
didn't
care what
fake
you-
it. My stomach
hurt.
Yeah, because it wasn't good. I'm disgusted.
So that was it. It was
That's
done.
it. My stomach. You know what? We got to try again another time.
Yeah, but see, once again, you're faking it because there's not going to be another time. So why are you lying to that?
You know what? I don't know that. I just know at that time it's not happening.
So wait, you faked it before?
Oh yeah. I mean, you haven't.
No.
No, I'm asking. I want to know your opinion.
Yeah.
Because you asked the question.
Like, what do you do? You're already in the moment. You're just like, oh my god. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Bye. Like,
No, like what?
This
How
is-
long
Wait,
do
you know what? I
fake it
have to
for?
ask because I do
How
know
long do you
that.
fake it for? 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour? What?
I mean, till it's over, whatever that time
That's
frame is.
torture,
Now,
honey. It's
no,
not
no,
even
because
that
I mean,
serious.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, yeah. There's.
I mean, it's kind of like you don't want to bruise the man's ego. 'cause
Right,
I
so
just
you-
talked about this
like,
with a few
you
friends
know,
of mine.
but until
And it's
you're
just
there,
like-
you don't know.
But then you don't
That's
want
why
to
you
bruise the
just go
man's
with your
ego.
stomach
But then
hurt.
you were just
I would
in
love.
that situation.
I would love nothing more than to be able to say you just like
You
I
just
always
suck.
say, yeah, like honesty
Plain
is
blank,
honesty
period.
is really the best policy. But how many times do we really just do that? Like
I told
how
somebody
many
we weren't
times does a
sexually
guy
compatible.
say, "Yo, get up out of my bed, it's not working"? How many times does you may
Yeah,
tell
we've
them
done
that
that
later
before.
on, but
Yeah, later on.
But you're in the moment right then and there. You were expecting something else, and
it
all
didn't
the
happen.
signs were showing that was what was going to go down,
I'm
and then it's
disappointed.
like.
And I'm disappointed. And so
Bro,
guess
I
what,
have a
brother?
What
question.
happened?
Wait,
Brother, you going here you know what? It's hot in here.
I have a question.
Wait.
So
but other than that,
hold on, wait.
But other than that, we're still saying that. That's it. So there's nothing else. No caring for this guy. There's nothing else that
I
matters.
can still care for you. When you have a bad day at work, call me.
Okay.
When you want to get stroked, don't call me.
Yeah, because it's not like you're saying. So we're saying none of that matters. It's just about the size.
I'm just throwing that out for some guys. Of course,
like,
you're
but
about
let me
them.
tell
We're
you,
gonna take care of
sex
you
is an
in that
important
department.
part in any relationship. We talked about this before.
Yes.
But once
on the
again-
gist, if you've been following us, it's an important part in a relationship,
Right.
and you know it's a big part. Like if you don't got it, you just don't got it. Just like money.
But on top of that,
You don't
even
got money,
if
you
the
don't got
size
it.
is there,
No, but you know what, you can get
there's
money,
no connection,
though.
it doesn't really matter. So it's not
Okay.
just about size. If the size is there and I'm not connected to you, it's like you can have the size and I'm not attracted to you.
Right.
It won't matter
Right.
because I'll either be with you and be like, yo, this is good because I'm gonna be there because it's good, but I'm not thinking about you.
You know
Okay,
what?
why
I
is
think
it
it's, you know,
that size?
No,
my brain
that
was
is true.
thinking.
You know
I
what
was
I'm
just about to say
You know what
that
my brain was
because
thinking?
I was just
What was that?
If you have, you know what? There's hope. If you have a small dick, some people have short vaginas. So
Did she just say that? Can we say that?
Wait, I was gonna ask something. There's something that's like burning that I've been wanting to ask. You know, a lot of women, you know, you get to know that a lot of women actually do fake it with their partner. Maybe there are days where they're tired and they're just not feeling like it, but you know, you guys just want to go and go and go, and it's just like, okay, he's gonna sit there like, read me a magazine. Okay, you done? But anyway, so I was gonna ask, do men ever fake it?
That's a good question. Men usually do not. Men are
So
usually going to
you want to tell me that every
We're-
single
we're
time
gonna-
you have a sexual intercourse with whoever, like you enjoy it every single time with A, with B, with C,
Oh,
like
I'm
do
going
you
to
fake
enjoy
it?
myself. I'm here to enjoy myself.
look at you.
So just
What's going on with
I'm
you?
here. I'm here to enjoy myself.
no, but okay. So I guess with your friends, like has there been a situation where your friends are like, I was doing it, it just wasn't good, and I just kind of like.
We talked about that, but I've never had one of my friends say, "Oh, I just stopped," and that was it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
how does a
weird.
man
I mean,
fake
the
it?
woman doesn't really just stop.
I got a cramp in my leg.
What you mean stopping before the final curtain drop?
Is that
like
hard
that?
for men?
know,
Like,
like-
don't you guys need to ejaculate? Don't you need to bust a nut? Can I say that? Bust a nut?
I mean, you
so
said
I
it now,
think you
so
would go. I think you would go anyway. You would continue going
We're gonna
regardless
keep-
until you
we're-
get bust a nut.
We're there
Bust a
to.
nut. Okay.
We're on a
deliver
mission,
a
yes.
Yes,
so,
okay, so-
so we're going to keep
know.
going until somebody taps out.
Okay. So a lot of women don't
so-
orgasm. A lot of women don't orgasm before their mate ejaculates anyway. So you know, I don't know.
I think it
Wait,
depends.
what is that face?
Listen, like when you think about a person knowing your body the way you know your body, I mean, I'm not waiting for you. I mean, if you know my body and you're talking to me and singing my song, I'm singing the chorus line or whatever. But if we're now going through emotions and we're there for a while and nothing is happening and I'm not feeling it, I mean, after a while, I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm going to encourage you to finish so that we can be done with this. That's it.
I pray for a husband with a big. Just saying. I'm just saying.
You're a man.
I'm just saying. I don't know.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
Well, so we would then definitely say that size matters to a certain extent. For men, clearly, you guys go.
It doesn't any
matter.
which way.
Can I ask a
It doesn't-
question?
Huh? Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Brace yourself. So, I don't know if it's fair for me to ask this question, but do you have any friends that have small dicks that have talked to you like, yo, son, I'm not getting it.
I think
Like, yo, I need
that's a man
surgery,
rule
my
where we
implant or
won't
something.
say something like
You're not
that.
gonna
to
give
each
us a
other.
name.
We're
No,
not-
maybe it's a
No,
man
we're
thing.
not even going to talk to each other and say.
Their ego is tied to down there.
So,
They're not gonna go tell their friends like, yo,
That's
Akani,
true,
I
too.
have a small.
We're just going to,
And
you
they
know.
don't share.
Oh.
Well, okay, so this is obviously always an
Leading to the
interesting
question.
topic. And
No,
he
I
already
did-
said it's a man code. They don't
Okay.
discuss that,
So
so we
that's
can't
it.
even
Okay.
answer. We would practically have to drug
We
him
need to take
and
care
get
of
the
business.
answers on our
So
own.
I think basically.
Then we will stop giving our own answers.
No,
It's
your answers are
okay.
important.
It's okay.
We
Your
need that.
homeboy.
Yours is
cried to you a
important
few
too.
We just
It's
give
okay.
it.
Your homeboy done cried to you a few times.
But you know
Like, I
what?
put
We
him
may
out
not
there
get
like
it
that.
from him, but there's ways to find these things out. And if you guys can find it out for us, definitely let us know. That's it for this segment. We will be right back. Stay tuned for trending topics.
Info Nollywood would like to thank you for watching our show by giving you an opportunity to win $100. All you have to do is send us an email at contact@infonollywood.com or BB pin us at 22F25780 to let us know which episode you watched. You will be entered into a draw to win $100.
We are back with trending topics in Nollywood. Right now we're going to discuss this great big hype of a concert, right? KoKo Concert that happened recently in the KoKo Master in Nigeria. It was like the talk of the town right up to the point that it happened. Everyone wanted to go. I was there in Nigeria, you know, calling everyone I knew to get VIP tickets for my sister and her friends. And then it happened, you know, everyone was going. I heard her on the phone calling all her friends. Are you going? Yeah, you going? I'm going, we're going. The whole hype, just to get a call a few days later, sis, it's such a good thing you weren't here. You would have left. I said, why, what happened? She said, it was just garbage. She had to walk from one place to another place. It ended up being outside instead of indoors. It started late. The host was twisted, trashed, which is so sad to know. Shame. That's all we're gonna say. And KoKo Master, the band, did not even show up to like the end of it. Like, how could this happen? The most anticipated concert, right, of the holidays, and this is what happens. So I'm hearing all these different things. I don't know what you guys have heard, but apparently it was a flop. It was a flop. Can you imagine?
I heard the exact same thing.
Well, you know what? Before we, you know, cut up the man, I want to say, Debanj, you know, kudos to you for trying to put something constructive together. I'm not exactly sure why it was so disorganized. Was it the organizers? Why it was so disorganized. To me, that makes me kind of wonder now, like, okay, what's going on? When your host shows up trashed, when you don't make sure your venue is secure, when the people who have paid for VIP are not VIP, like, what does that say? Was this an opportunity for you to just make money, or did you really care?
Like, to the band's defense, like, it could have been a show. I mean, it has to do with like the management or
I think management
that
was
put the show together, because he might not even be in the country when the show was taking place.
Then it's professionalism.
Well, I know that he definitely wasn't there when it was being marketed.
People need to be responsible. He's an artist and a producer, or I don't know what you call whoever puts the show together. Promoter. I want to put the show together. They need to organize that part. I don't know now if they paid Debanj to come in earlier in the show and he came in later. Now that's his fault. But then again, Debanj should also take some kind of responsibility, because if it's called KoKo,
that's what I was about to say,
and it's behind his famous name called KoKo, then I mean, I would think that he would oversee all those things. But then he's been an artist for a long time, and this is not his first concert.
I can definitely tell you inside information. I do know for a fact that he was not in the country when it was being put together. I do know the promoters. I'm not going to mention any names. So it doesn't all fall on his shoulder, but it is his name. So because of that, it's really up to him to, I guess, oblige his fans, if you will, and make right by the situation. Because I didn't hear from one source. I heard it from several sources that it just was not what they thought it was going to be.
If you're saying it's not his fault, I mean, what could, like last minute, if he had found out, what could he have done to make it better, give it better performance? But the fact that the VIP are not sitting where the VIP is, there's nothing he could probably do about that in the last minute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Probably isn't. So, but it just seemed like it didn't live up to the expectation.
You know, and delivered. Yeah, then you know. But then if he showed up late and only sang one song, then I mean that's a total flop.
And I even heard that the host did not really host. Like there were other people who were more like, you know, in the fourth scenes of making it even anything worth interesting, more so than what they expected that they were going to get, you know, from the host, which was Idris Elba. They didn't get much from him.
I did want to add,
Idris Elba doesn't really care about
that,
Nigeria and Nigerian music. So
just to piggyback off of that, I mean, when you
off the scene,
they said that he apologized for the people who paid money.
Who, Idris Elba?
No, Debanj.
Okay.
He apologized for the people who paid their money. But actually, I think he made a mistake on that. Right. I think he should have addressed everybody, not certain people.
That's foolishness.
So yeah, as an artist, anyone who comes to your show, whether they paid or not, whether they were sitting in the grass, you know, you think anybody who comes to support you. But he still. But
I guess finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm finished.
Lack of regard. I think that's what I don't know. And you know what? I wasn't there. I'm not the people who put it together. But if this was Prince Andrew, I'm not trying to be funny. Would it have gone down like that? Even though Debanj wasn't in the area, would they have been doing something for an elite person and it turned out like that?
Well, see, that's the thing. There were so many concerts that happened that whole month that were actually quite successful and very good that I think the hype of this was expected to be that was like going to be like the, you know, the cream of the crop of all these concerts. And I don't know what happened from it supposed to have taken place at the KoKo Hotel to it ended up being at Bob Beach. Like, that's the part that I was confused, that people were walking. Yes, in their heels. My sister told me she walked. And I know what heels she had on that night.
Okay, sorry.
She walked from there to Bob Beach. Okay? And it wasn't just her. Several people were walking.
Could you also, I mean, you know, I think everybody should take the blame in this. Yes, D'banj is the artist and everything, but could it also be that D'banj is getting a bit far removed from the music industry, the Nigerian music industry, just because he's moved on to good music? And that's probably why he has I mean, this was recent. I mean, his past concert hasn't been like that. You know what I mean? I mean, he's definitely overseen it. Yeah. There was more oversight, you know, in his past concert. So with this, I just feel like maybe it might just be a little removed because he has so much going on and he feels like he's on an international scale now that he's not paying as much detail to the African market.
And that you would only apologize, that you would even only apologize to the people who paid their money. It's not even about that. People took their time and energy to come and support you. So you should apologize to everybody. But that's exactly why I wasn't there anyway. Boop.
But I love
the promoter.
I absolutely love the band.
Right. We should have the promoter on the show. Like, let us know what happened.
No. We should have Idris Elba on the show. Like, we should
this honestly has nothing to do with Idris in the sense that he was hired and paid to come there and do a job.
Yeah, but it wasn't hired to be drunk while he was doing his job.
That part, granted.
They should take the money back. Take the money back. Give it to me and I'll host your show.
I guarantee you that. No one was there to see Idris. People were there to see the KoKo master, D'banj.
Right.
All right. So whether he was hot or not,
honey, I'm sorry.
The band. No, I'm saying in the sense
was there.
Well, yes,
some people showed up for Idris.
Right, but
because if I went, I'm gonna tell you right. I mean, not now, but if at that time, I could give two hoots in a bucket about D'banj.
Really? Okay, we're on a different level. Okay, the band love him. I would have been going for the music. I could see.
And you know, everybody. First of all, I mean, me personally, I don't really care, but I just wanted to interject.
Of D'banj.
Oh no, I like D'banj, but I have to be honest with you, I'm just now learning about D'banj. So honestly, it's not somebody that I'm gonna be like, oh my, like I will break my neck to go see WizKid before I go see D'banj.
Oh, okay, I'll give you that. You're just learning about him, so you know, that's fine. I mean, I do think that. I mean, I feel he's the type of person that will step out and, you know, apologize for something like that to his fans. How much of it he's done, I don't know. I'm just going off of what we've heard. Yeah. That, you know, this happened, that happened, but the problem is whether he's directly responsible for what happened.
I don't
because it's his name.
Right.
And I agree with you. I don't think so either. I think that the people that were supposed to put it together, they messed up.
Failed.
And unfortunately, he's the artist, so he has to be. He's the face. We don't know what those people are, so it's going to fall on him. So he has to take responsibility to make it right by the people that paid money for this. Otherwise, what's going to happen is, as time continues to go,
it's just gonna
they're going to say KoKo Master Concert, and people are going to be like, no way. And that's the part, honestly, that D'banj, you have to recognize that it's your fans and it's your name.
Whether they paid or
whether it was put together right, whether you had an involvement in it or not, it's your job to make sure that your fans are satisfied with knowing that you don't plan to disappoint them, because that's not what you've done in the past. I'm a fan, and I'm going to continue to be a fan.
That's right, God.
So what do you think if this happens again? I mean, he has another concert. Do you think it would be a different?
I don't think it will happen again. I mean, I don't think he will allow it to happen again, because I feel that it is important to him for his fans to know that he cares about them.
Right. Okay. So we won't know until the next time, honey. Maybe he shouldn't, you know, have drunken people hosting his show.
Events, yeah, maybe that's the kind of stuff that we have to look at
down even further.
Right, because I could come in and host as well. The gist.
Okay. Yeah,
host
definitely. Right, so D'banj, we love you. Looks like we might have been harsh, but that's not our intent. It's just that we know that your fans love you, so step up to the plate and make it right so that we can continue to support you. Right. And thank you guys all so much for watching us again on Info Nollywood, The Gist. Make sure you follow us at www.infonollywood.com or follow us on Twitter at Info Nollywood or like us on Facebook. Till next time, this is The Gist. Thanks for watching.
Info Nollywood would like to thank you for watching our show by giving you an opportunity to win $100. All you have to do is send us an email at contact@infonollywood.com or BB pin us at 22F25780 to let us know which episode you watched. You will be entered into a draw to win $100.